India's largest IT company and India's second largest company, TCS, announced that they will be considering a buyback on the 7th of October, which is 2 days away from today. There have been 2 buybacks done by this firm before, which is a true testament to its strong cash generation abilities, high return on capital, and lack of need to do capex in order to grow. Now, while all these terms may sound alienated to you, we're about to simplify what a buyback really means, why companies do it, who benefits, what it costs, in a very simple way. So let's begin with looking at any company. Its sole purpose is to generate profits. These profits, once generated on an annual basis, are used to either fuel the future growth of the company, they are invested in instruments to generate some kind of moderate return, or you can then look at options like a dividend, which is a direct payout to investors, or then you can also look at a buyback. Now, a buyback is basically when a firm has so much additional cash sitting on the balance sheet due to the fact that it does not require this same surplus cash to grow its business. There are a lot of businesses which do capital-intensive industries, factories, large textile companies, construction, roads, railways, highways. All these industries require you to continually invest in plant machinery and heavy infrastructure. Hence, it's very unlikely that these kind of companies do a buyback. However, technology companies, which are asset light and don't constantly need to reinvest in physical machinery, and they simply need to reinvest in people, they tend to have a lot more cash accruing on their balance sheet. So, for example, in March, TCS cash reserves stood at 70,000 crore. Even on a 14-15 lakh crore market cap, that's around 5% of their market cap sitting in cash. So in times like this, what the company can opt for is to put out a tender offer at a certain price. Now, this price usually is a premium to the current market price. So for all simplicity purposes, let's say it's a 100 rupee share and a company has 50 rupees of cash on the balance sheet. They make an offer to all existing participants of this company in the share market to tender in their shares at a price of 110 rupees. That means each shareholder today can offer their shares to the company at a 10% premium to the current market price, and this purchase will be financed by nothing else but the surplus cash available in the balance sheet of the company. This is called a buyback. Now, how does it benefit people? It extinguishes the number of shares. So if you have 100 shares of 1 rupee and you buy back 20 shares, you now have just 80 shares. So that additional 20 rupees, which has been extinguished via your buyback, has to flow into the remaining 80 shares and hence takes the value of those shares up. It also limits hostile takeovers. It gives promoters more control of the company. It also is a great measure, and it's more tax efficient often than a lot of the other options available out there for cash. It's also a direct benefit to shareholders as opposed to some of the other structures where these companies invest this money in various mutual fund instruments and etc. etc. So that's broadly what a buyback is, and it's usually a very strong positive signal when a company is doing it at a significant premium to the current market price.